Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful Sunday evening here in Austin, Texas. Just got done with a 90-minute run, Zone 2 training. So I gotta tell you this story. I was flying home from Boston to Austin and the flight got delayed. Which doesn't really have any real major part to the story, just beyond the fact that we got home a little later than we wanted to, so I had to run a little later than I wanted to. But I'm on the plane and I'm sitting next to this dad and daughter. The dad's name is Tyler, his daughter's name is Maylin, and I sit next to them pretty much the whole flight. And we kind of talk here and there, but there was no real conversation for most of the flight. And then towards the end of the flight, probably about 30 minutes out, she says to me, "Hey, I really like your bracelet there. It's pretty." And I was like, "Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it." The bracelet is one of those charm bracelets that you see kids making nowadays. But that particular bracelet I got from Moab last year, and I normally don't wear it. I normally just have it in my car as just a reminder, just for, okay, this is what we're training for, this is what we're doing, that type of thing. So she says that, and it really, I appreciated it. So then I asked her, she had a bunch of clips, like these laundry clothing pick clips on her bag. And I asked her, I said, "Why do you have these things?" And she was telling me she plays volleyball, and anytime like the crew or the team does well, they give it to each other and they hold on to it. And then she takes the clip and she puts it on my hat. And I'm so appreciative of it. And I say, "Hey, here's my bracelet right here. I want to gift you this." And I explained to her what it was about the Moab 240. And I was telling her and her dad that I was training for it, and it just boggled her. Now, Maylin is 12 years old, so she's a year older than my daughter. And watching them together made me think of my daughter. And it always brings like fondness to my heart. But I told her, and she was asking me questions like, "How do you train for that? How long does it take?" Like, the idea of it was just so crazy to her. And her dad was just talking about how special she was, like how athletically gifted she was, how she's faster than guys. And I was just so inspired by that. And she was asking me about training, and she said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Yeah." I said, "As soon as we get off this plane, I'm headed straight to the track because I got to get my 90 minutes in. Once I got my plan, I got to implement it no matter what that is." And let me just say this, I already knew that I was going to run tonight. There was no doubt about that. And if worse came to worse, I would have done it on the treadmill. But I remember thinking in that moment, I told her, I'm going directly to the track to go get this miles in. Now I'll say that I didn't go directly to the track. I went directly to H-E-B and grabbed some sushi, ate about half of it, and hit that track. But it was just such a beautiful moment with Tyler and his daughter Maylin, because, you know, something that I was thinking about on this run, I was like, that may be the thing that sparks in her head that makes her realize that she can do the impossible, because that was part of the conversation that I told her. I said, I'm doing it not because I particularly love it, but when you put your mind to it, all of a sudden the impossible becomes the possible. And yeah, it seems sort of crazy, but you never know. And we kind of laughed because she said, "Wait a minute, you're going to be running for 90 minutes straight?" And I said, "Yeah." And so here's the other part of it that's really funny. I had to run for 90 minutes straight before I could come home to use the bathroom. For 90 minutes to use the restroom. So the minute I stopped, I came straight home. And I'm now making this video, and I feel funny and silly, but hey, it's life. As always, be blessed today and every day. Thank you for listening. Peace.